And we may not have that problem. We have just commissioned a switching station by the Honorable Minister of Power, Works and Housing on Monday at a penny, which is capable of exchanging up to 2,600 megawatts from generation at south-south down to southeast, southwest, and to the northern part of the country. And this will enable us to have the capability to transfer the power that is generated in that axis to where the major load centers is. So I don't have any fear that will not be able to transmit 7,000 megawatts. Our plan is to be able to transmit up to 10,000 megawatts by 2019. And this is in our pipeline, and we are making sure that we do all we could to achieve that.
How would you react to the allegations coming from the DISCOs that the TCN and its personnel are instigating consumers against the DISCOs, alleging that the DISCOs are rejecting loads from the transmission lines, and the DISCOs are saying that no, that the actual reason was that the transmission lines are weakened, and thereby the DISCOs couldn't pick up loads from the transmission lines. So could you set the record straight?
Well, I think we have to make it very clear that transmission has its own responsibilities of wheeling out power from generation station to the major load centers at 330 kV levels and 132 kV levels. Anything between 33,000 volts, that's 33 kV, and 11 kV is within the control of the distribution companies. In most cases, where we are having issues are on those particular circuits. The injection substations are not adequate. When you come to the distribution substation at 33,415 or 11,415 volts, they are also not adequate. So the major constraint is in that angle. Like I said, when we get generation, we transfer it, the quantity that is available to the DISCOs, that is to the major load centers. We have done our own part of the bargain. So it's left for the distribution company to distribute it equitably and fairly. And in most cases, when we get that power to 33 kV level and 11 kV levels, the distribution companies don't switch them on. And that is what we call load rejection. So this is exactly the situation where we are, and it is on record that they are not picking this load.
What do you think will be responsible for the DISCOs not picking up the loads?
There are, like I said, some technical constraints. If their lines are not strong enough and the injection substations are not capable of wheeling this power down to their distribution substations, overloaded, some of them are faulty. If they are not replaced, there is no way this power can get to the customers. Then on the other part, if what they receive in terms of energy, they cannot convert it into cash revenue and send it back to the market operator, then there are issues. Some of them will prefer not to let it go to the customers to be consumed because they are incapable of recovering that money. So this is one of the reasons why they don't take the load.
Are you suggesting that the DISCOs could be up to some form of sabotage?
I'm not saying sabotage. I'm just saying that they have not lived up to the expectation of the contract they have signed with BPE when they bought over the companies. There is aggregate commercial and technical losses, which they have to reduce. They know about it. Most of them, they have not reached that level of load reduction. And there are certain improvements they need to do in terms of their network, which they have not done. And there is issue of metering, which they have not reached to the level they have signed with the BPE. The numbers of customers that should be metered, up to now they are with about 10% of it they have covered. So you can see there are a lot of challenges there, which they have to look inward to see how they can get out of those problems.
Now, to get it succinctly, you are accusing the DISCOs of violating the power purchase agreement, aren't you?
Well, I'm not accusing them. There are regulators, NEC is there, so they know better whether they have delivered according to the terms or not. But from our interactions in our monthly meetings with the Honorable Minister, it is known that most of them have not delivered according to those contracts that they have signed.
What can be done to compel the DISCOs to comply with the power purchase agreements?
Well, in every contract, there are measures, and there are also agencies that are supposed to ensure compliance. I believe NEC has a lot of responsibility, and it is up to that. So they are looking into how they can get them to perform according to the contract they have signed.
You can also join in this conversation by sending us your comments on our various social media platforms showing on your screen. Coming up on Question Time, setting the record straight on the huge investment on power transmission and the proposed privatization plan. Find out from the Managing Director of the Transmission Company of Nigeria, Dr. Atiku Abubakar Tambuwal.